Hey guys, it's me, Adele, again, and welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be about bartending and what it's like to work as bar staff, and basically how to treat us and how not to. So I get asked a lot of the time, what is it like to work as a bar staff in a company that's quite huge. It owns pretty much half of the majority of the UK's bar companies. So I work for Green King, which owns pubs like Belhaven pubs and Chef and Brewery and Hungry Horse and all those type of pubs, and I absolutely adore it. I work in a beautiful 150-year-old bar here in Edinburgh called the Cafe Royal, and in there we do have some very interesting clientele. Now, because it's quite expensive and we serve things like oysters and champagne, it's not really a place for my type of age group, so you wouldn't really see a lot of teenagers in there a lot of the time, so we don't really do a lot of IDing. But when we do get some families that come in and be like, oh, can we sit in and have some food and drinks, and we have to ask if the child is 18, and if they go no, then we have to ask them to leave, which is quite obviously upsetting for them because they want to be able to sit in and have a drink and look at the beautiful history in the pub and just admire it for the way it is. But because we also attract a mostly older clientele, we do sometimes get some very rude customers, but it's just the way some people are. So in general, I'm going to be doing a bartending do and don'ts on how to treat and talk to them. Okay, so don'ts. Number 1. Do not, when you're trying to grab a bartender's attention, do this. You will not get their attention. They will avoid you like the plague. I certainly do anyway, because I am not going to serve someone who's being rude and ignorant in trying to get my attention. Do not hold up an empty glass when they're in the middle of serving someone else, and you can see they are going, when you have a minute, just give me another pint, and you're just like, dude, I've got a million other people that are waiting for a drink as well. Just because you're holding your drink up to me, handing me your empty pint, doesn't mean I'm going to serve you next. Waving the money in the face is not something that's going to get our attention. If anything, we will all clock on as a group and we will single you out and not serve you. We will serve you last. It's just the way everyone is. Do not do a classic wee wave at the end of the bar thinking that we can't see you. We can see you. We're just busy. We're just serving someone else right now. So when we have a chance, we'll get to you. We've already probably clocked on that you needed serving and had a look at you, but then we've had to continue with who we were already serving. So, you know. Is when they do this, they lean into the bar and they try to get your attention. It's like, we can see you. We can see that you need serve. Or when they keep trying to make eye contact with you and you're like, yeah, I know you need serve. Or like, you've made eye contact with them, you smiled, so you've acknowledged them. And then they keep going, and you're just like, you're pouring a pint and they can see you're pouring a pint. Like, it's not like you just stood there like, hello, you alright? Yeah, cool. I can see you, Steve, serve, I just don't want to come over. And then when you're in the middle pouring the drinks, they go, when you have a minute? And you're like, yeah, I'll just be a minute, mate. I'm in the middle serving someone else right now. Another one that I kind of get, because obviously I'm quite a young bar staff, I'm a young hostess. A lot of the time they go, oh, you're not old enough to be serving. And you're just like, yeah, it's the law to be 18 to be able to serve in this country. So I kind of have to be of age to be able to stand behind the bar. And then it's like asking us about the prices of things. Like, we don't decide the prices of a pint. If we could, we would make it super cheap and affordable. But we serve things like lobsters and oysters and champagne, for Christ's sake. So obviously, if you're going to come into a bar like that, the drinks are going to be expensive. It's pretty much a tit for tat. What we do love is when people appreciate us going out of our way to help people. We do that a lot as bar staff, because sometimes people don't understand the way the system works, especially if we have tourists come in. Sometimes we have people go, oh, like, what do we do? Do we come up to the bar to order drinks, or is it table service? And there's nothing wrong in asking questions, but when when you're really rude to someone, if we cut you off, it means you've had enough to drink. It means we've gone, right, we don't want you getting hammered in our pub, so please either have a glass of water or leave, because we will not serve you. If you are being rude to bar staff, they will not serve you. They will walk around. We do it enough times, especially if we have people being really rude. We will do a walk around and say, right, after that round, do not serve him because he's been a knob end. And you'll just be cut off. And if you, a lot of the time, I don't know why, only seems to be females in this bar and a lot of other bars that I've worked in too, where if it's an older guy or even an older lady sometimes, where you're trying to quote them the prices, you're serving them drinks, and they go, are you sure that's how it is? Are you sure it's that much money? It's like, yeah, like, I know how much things are on my bar. Sometimes, yeah, I've got to double check, and sometimes I do make mistakes, like everyone makes mistakes, but then don't diss them for it either. So it's just like, get out of here please. And a lot of the time, if you're to ask someone about that, they're just going to get really, really irritated, and sometimes they'll ask for a manager, and when the manager comes through and says the exact same thing as you do, it makes them look stupid. So working in a bar isn't always the easiest thing in Perth. We do have a lot of complaints about like the way that drink is. Like, it is the law and a lot of company policies to give a 5% head, and when we're pouring ales, sometimes they're quite lively and sometimes they're going to develop a big head. So sometimes you've just got to accept the fact that it's going to have a bit of a head on it. We're not going to give you no head because that is not a company policy and you're not supposed to have it without a head. So do tip your bar staff, especially if they've gone out of their way to make sure that you've had a pleasant experience, which we do every single time. Do always be polite to your bar staff, because they are serving you your beverage and they can cut you off like that the minute you're starting to be rude. We don't tolerate rude people, we never have, we never will, so just be nice. Do always read the menu, make sure you know what you want upon arriving at the bar, because if you don't, we'll just walk off and we'll serve someone else who knows what they're wanting. We do not want to stand there for a good 15 minutes when we could be serving someone else while you make up your mind. Come to the bar prepared with what you want and you know what exactly you're going to order, and then everyone will be happy, and then we can get you your drinks nice and quick and we can serve the next person. And obviously that's along with a don't stand at the bar while we've approached you and gone, hi, what can I get you? And do this, can I have an innocent gun, a white wine? It's like, well, what white wine? Like, what do you want? Like, Pinot, Sauvignon, Chardonnay, Chenin Blanc, Riesling, Muscadet, what do you want? Get me the innocent gun and I'll find that out for you. So then they fuck off and they go and find out while you're pouring your innocent gun. You finish the innocent gun because it doesn't take that long to pour. It's literally just, there's your pint. And then they come back and go, can I have a Pinot? And I'm like, okay, well, what size? Medium or large? Well, now small or large. Give her a large, and you're just like, you should fucking know. Like, come on. It's not that hard to pick. And then you go and get the order, and then you tell them how much it is, and they go, how much? I'm just like, well, you're in Edinburgh, mate. You're in the second busiest, second most expensive bloody bar in Edinburgh. What do you expect? Like, this ain't fucking Aberdeen, for Christ's sake. This is Edinburgh. You do get some really nice people in bars, and I've met a lot of people from up home in them, and you do get a really good communication going, and some people are very, very nice in bars, and that gives them brownie points. So you're gonna obviously be even more out of your way to make sure that they've had a good experience. When they haven't had a good experience from someone else that has served them, it's kind of like your duty to go over and just make sure that they're fine and that they're dandy. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I kind of hope you learned a little bit about the bartending's do's and don'ts. And I shall see you guys on the next one. Bye!